Chapter 19. A final note. I did not see that coming. I hope there have been some things in this book that have given you hope or validated you. Single parenting isn't easy at its best. It demands so much of our time and energy, creativity, and strength. It's a blessed thing to be a parent and have the responsibility of raising good citizens. It's really what we hope for. But life does get in the way. Kids have disabilities and disorders. Life doesn't go, well, as we planned, and there are struggles, as well as victories, good times and bad. There are times when, as hard as we try to be part of a community, we find ourselves all alone. It feels like we're climbing uphill with a broken leg trying to carry a boulder. It seems impossible, and those are the times you find the courage to remember yourself, to remind yourself you are not alone, and you will make it. Those were the hardest times for me. I wanted to sink into despair and self-pity. I wanted someone to say, "How in the world are you making it?" I wanted a pat on the back, not a kick in the butt. But these are the times I cannot allow myself the indulgence of self-pity. These are the times I tell myself, don't go there. There are times when I have to pick myself up, when I feel like going to bed and never rising again. My lifeline has been my faith in a God who is much bigger than I. He encourages me never to give up and gives me strength to take the next step. My faith reminds me that I can't do it all or be it all. It reminds me that even though I feel like I'm not enough, I can offer what I have. So there will be times when the school lunches you fix are boring, and maybe you can't afford school pictures or new shoes. Rather than living a tragedy, you can make it an adventure. Your children will look to you to set the tone. Perhaps you'll find you're at your wit's end and you heave some old mugs at a brick wall or smash them with a hammer. It does feel kind of good. Expect bad days and celebrate the good ones. Let your friends and family help you and let others in your life, even though it may be messy and chaotic. Remember, they won't say things perfectly and they will give unasked for advice, but they will mean you well, more than they will wish you ill. My faith has taught me the power of gratitude when we struggle. It's easy to focus on what we don't have and who's not there. One day when I felt like I had nothing, a friend encouraged me to open my cupboards. I saw what I had, and I was able to feel thankful. Encouragement can come from surprising places, and often where and when we least expect it. Some people will be there for you just one time. It may be attempting to focus on how they dropped the ball rather than being grateful for what they offered you. Turn your resentment of people into gratitude to God for what He has provided, both big and small. There are things I had to learn to live with and, well, to live without. God is my provider, and He does not work from my to-do or must-have list. Gratitude is not for things. It is for a relationship that will never leave. Gratitude lifts me from being another victim of my circumstances to being a person who believes that I am truly loved. My faith encourages me to never give up, to really believe whatever is overwhelming, that this too shall pass. I'm here to tell you that it will not always be like this right now. Dreams are a part of hope and the belief in a better day. I believed when to do so seemed ridiculous. My dreams brought hope. They brought something to make me wonder about and be curious. It's not only good for us to dream, but also good for our families. It communicates that there is something beyond difficult circumstances. Our children need to see us put the oxygen mask on ourselves, just like in the airplane, the flight instructions. Take time to breathe, to get your bearings, and remind yourself about who you really are. Remember, who you are is not just a taxi driver, bed tucker-inner, storyteller, lunch deliverer, cheerleader, disciplinarian, cook, housekeeper, tear wiper, and mama bear. You are fully loved, and you are a beautiful being who was created to dream. If I can leave you with my wish, it is never to give up, never to stop pursuing your purpose, never settle for, sorry, this is as good as it gets. Be a receiver. Live, don't just survive. Believe. Be disappointed. You'll get back up. Hope. Wonder. Experience the journey. There is a light at the end of the tunnel, and it is not a train. Just wondering, what will you take away from this book? Were you challenged? If so, write about it in your journal or have a conversation about it with a friend. Were you encouraged? If so, write about that in your journal or talk with a friend. My message to you, even if you think your life is over, it isn't. Where you are means where you are now, and it can change. It doesn't have to be the end. It can be the starting point for something new. Look, it really is okay to struggle sometimes, and it's also okay to allow other people to help. If you're having a hard time, that doesn't mean you have nothing to contribute. Even if you don't believe it yet, you do have something valuable and precious to offer. We can give out of our nothingness, out of our despair, out of our loneliness, even if it seems the whole world is against you. Even if it seems God has forgotten you, there is hope for you too. That dream you have, it can still come to you. Although it may change form, you don't have to be able to see the whole right away. There are baby steps you can take every day to bring that dream closer to reality. Bottom line, this is a message of hope and healing for single parents. If you're struggling and alone right now, there is hope for you. If your church or community doesn't understand, know that there is still a place for you somewhere. If you know someone who's scrambling to hold it all together, there are some real-world things you can do to help. Live what you love. And thanks for listening. Lori Hardy.